Darwin's theory of evolution was proved on the Galapagos Islands, which are located off the western side of South America.
However, at this time, Aristotle was a leading voice, and he believed that there was no such thing as evolution and that all the species were the same, following the Bible.
When Darwin set out to go explore the world, he had no idea the influence that he would have and the things that he would find.
Darwin made a large voyage from Great Britain all the way down to eastern South America and then over to the west coast of South America.
He eventually stumbled across the Galapagos Islands, which is where many of his famous discoveries were made.
As a boy, Darwin was interested in being outside, reading, and eventually he was sent to medical school by his father. However, Darwin found this extremely boring, so he dropped out.
As Darwin was finding his way in life, he returned to his original childhood interests. As he did this, instead of following the average career path that a man of his class would take, at the young age of 22, he took a position on the HMS Beagle.
This ship was scheduled to take a long voyage. The goal was to chart the areas of poorly known East South American coast.
During his time aboard the ship, Darwin kept detailed journals of his sights and thoughts. He noted the different types of landscapes and the animals that lived there. He noted the animals that were best suited for their environment.
He came upon the Galapagos Islands and was amazed by the diversity of the bird population.
After studying the animals and specifically finches in the Galapagos Islands for several years, his theory of evolution sparked a major change in the way people viewed the world. The theory stated that all organisms evolve over time based on their environment.
He used fossil records, geographic distribution of species, and homologies and bone structure. Darwin would often find fossils in rock that could provide evidence to evolution. This is because the fossils were not the same as the current species, which proved that they had to have changed, proving that they evolved. The geographic distribution of species proved that even though the landscapes were 540 miles from the mainland, the species found were similar to those on South America. And finally, homologies and bone structure.
This proved his theory of natural selection or survival of the fittest, where the strongest of the species survive and the weak do not. After natural selection has taken place enough, the species can evolve into new species through specialization or speciation.
Natural selection is a big role in the deaths of the finches in the Galapagos. As birds began to evolve, survival was very tough. For example, there were seeds that were on the island, and only the birds with the large beaks could break and eat the seeds. The birds with the small beaks ended up dying because they were not able to break open the seeds. The large beaked birds lived to thrive in the environment, while the small beaked birds went extinct.
To quote Darwin himself, "It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change." This means that how species adapt to their environment makes a huge difference in how likely they are to survive in that environment.